Cannock Chase. We've just got some deer in the road ahead. Just wait until they cross. So I'll give you guys a look at that for a minute. There's quite a few actually, look. It's like they're waiting. They must be used to the traffic, like the crossing there, can you see? So we're just about to head on into Cannock Chase Woods to do our dogman investigation, and we have deer crossing the road. So we're just going to wait because there's some quite young ones right there. And then we're going to continue on our way to our location, which is Cannock Chase for tonight's dogman shoot. Hi, what's up guys? And we're here in Cannock Chase, England, one of the most mysterious forests in Britain, notorious for dogman sightings and the black-eyed children, which we'll come to a bit more about that later. And there's also been some UFO experiences. So we have chosen path number 13. All the paths are numbered, and we just thought that would be the most appropriate one to go up. So we're going to head on up here and put the head torches on and just see if we can find some area which we can work to do the paranormal. So Cannock Chase, guys, it's very notorious for dogman mostly. The police say that they have had at least 12 reports. So we're going to keep eyes and ears open as we get deeper into the woods. We brought some pieces of meat and stuff to put out and see if we can bring anything forward. We've already seen a few deer. I think we showed you that earlier. So we're going to get as deep in on path 13 as we can, and then we're going to set up potentially to do some paranormal, but if we hear any other unusual sounds along the way, then we will stop and do some dogman stuff instead. Okay guys, so we're in the deepest part of Cannock Chase. Andy's running thermal imaging camera, so we're going to have a look around, see if we can pick anything up. Anything that shouldn't be here apart from us. Listen out as well.
Not picking up any heat.
I'm going to trust my ears more than anything. After last time. You think? So we are going to do paranormal here, but we're going to keep our eyes and ears. It sounded like a dog bark, didn't it? Let's just keep quiet a minute. Let's just stay quiet a minute and listen. Do you want to go onto the path and run thermal, and we'll see if we can see anything? Because whilst we were setting up, guys, we already heard a couple of sounded like yelps or a bark or in the distance. See if Thurn picks anything up. Let's just keep quiet a minute and listen out. And just go around with Thurn and see if you see anything. So we're already freaking a bit, guys, because we've heard like a yelp and like a dog bark in the distance. So alright, it might just be an ordinary dog, farm dog somewhere, okay, but let's just bear in mind where we are, and they have had 12 reported sightings here, which the police have treated seriously. Can you heat signature up?
No,
don't forget there's deer and stuff. Maybe.
yeah, I mean, where we walked might be.
Yeah,
That's a shot on the floor, it's nothing.
I think let's just listen out and trust our instincts in it on this, the dogman part of it anyway. We just heard a dog yelp. That's why we're doing a little listening out right now, but we're going to get on with some paranormal because I brought here, let me explain what this is all about. Skull. So what we do with this invites spirit people to talk through it, and it's something the Victorians used to do back in the day. They would summon forth spirits through this skull, so they have eyes, nose and a mouth and ears, and they can use the senses and communicate. So we welcome and invite any spirits forward who are resident in Cannock Chase and still here. Why are you haunting Cannock Chase? What is your name, please? And why are you here? We're going to switch on the spirit box soon, and you're going to be able to communicate through that with us if you wish to speak to us. So this is Great Uncle Cedric. We dug him out for the evening. We borrowed him to make spiritual contact. So I think we're going to do spirit box and see if we can get anything through. So Andy's going to do some spirit box. Now there are 4 names that I am waiting to come through tonight, which have some significance to Cannock Chase. And if any of those names come through, we'll stop and tell you who they are. So briefly, to cut a long story short, there was a murder committed here in 1965. Between 1965 and 1968, 3 little girls were murdered, one after the other, and their bodies were buried right here in Cannock Chase. And people might have read and heard about the black-eyed children. So we now believe the black-eyed children to be the spirits of the 3 children that were buried here. And at first they struggled to... Jim, let's just see if we can get any names through connected to this case. We've got Uncle Cedric on the floor in the background there, who's doing his thing, bringing spirit forward. Are there any spirit people here, please, would like to come through this radio and tell us their name? I'm Alison. This is Andy. And that's Great Uncle Cedric on the floor.
Is anybody here who'd like to talk to us? Don't leave me. Don't leave me.
Don't leave me?
Love. Don't leave me again.
Who are you, please?
That was a child that said don't leave.
I wonder if it's one of the little girls.
Can you say that again? Can you say that again? Can you say your name? The hierarchy. Can you say your name? Nope.
Well, that was a man.
Did you say your name?
And we do have the name of the killer. What's your name, please?
Oh, dead. What's your name? What's your name? What's your name?
Just check if there's any orbs or anything showing up on camera.
Can you say your name?
Were you found in this forest? Were you buried here? Did a bad man murder you and bury you here? 3 of you, one after the other? They weren't even related. They didn't even know each other, these kids. They were just random kids. And we keep listening out for any unusual noises in the background too, guys.
Can you say your name? And what happened to you? It was
Dead. I heard dead. Okay, so
what happened?
were you brought into this woods? Beyond, you know, your control? You had no control over it?
Nothing to be afraid of now. A past life. What is
First
this place?
week. I heard first week.
What's this place called?
Oh no, I thought I heard something in the distance then.
What's this place called?
Do you want to switch that off a minute and let's listen out? I like to keep my wits about me when we're in forests now. We've had a couple of bad experiences in woods. We had the madman in the woods at Astley Hall, and then we had a dogman encounter, didn't we, at Tockholes, and I'm a little bit edgy when we're in the woods now, so I like to listen.
2 cat loves there.
That was me sighing, by the way, guys. We tend to freak out a little bit in the woods now because, obviously, we had a couple of bad experiences last year. We did. What? Yeah, but the moon's up now, though.
Oh.
Yeah. But also, they've had UFO stuff happening in this woods as well. Just let me step onto the path a minute and have a look. It's going to be dark for a minute, guys, because I'm going to shine both ways. There is a path going into the woods that way. And then right here, we've got the moon up now. So that's probably what's making it lighter. Yeah, okay, so we'll get on with the investigation. I just want to point out, guys, that Andy has not taken this Slipknot hoodie off since the Slipknot gig in Leeds last December, 6 months ago. And guess what? Do you know why he's really wearing the Slipknot hoodie?
Knitting club.
He started his own knitting club with the ladies from a certain supermarket, and he's called it Slipknot. Slipknot Stitch and Bitch Club. Isn't that right, Andy? That's where we've really been.
So I've been told.
That's why we've had a bit of a gap. See, he had to round up these ladies and start his knitting pattern club, his Stitch and Bitch Slipknot club. So just so as you know, yeah, just so as you're aware.
Yeah.
So we like to do a little shout out to some of our main subscribers and friends that follow us. So thank you, Kez and Andy and Salford. Thank you so much for watching continuously and commenting and subscribing to us.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks to Anthony and Sarah. Ashley, now you've got to be with us on this one, man. This is really your thing, cryptoid. Ashley is my Bigfoot guy and I'm my UFO guy.
Yeah.
And also thanks to Abdul and Baba. Love you both, you know it. So thanks for watching, everyone. Yeah. And we're going to just run a little bit more paranormal now. But if we get any weird sounds in the background, obviously we're going to knock it on the head and
see what's what.
See what's going on. Okay, so what are we up to next, Andy? Spirit talker.
Anxiety was the first thing.
Well, you know what? We both feel like that right now. I've been anxious since we came up this woods.
I think you do, though, don't you? Because of past experiences.
It's dark. It's creepy. It's got a history. It's been done by dozens of YouTubers, and they've all had weird experiences. And we've already heard stuff.
There's so much stuff going on, though, isn't there?
Well, there's the 3 little girls that got murdered in the 60s. And the bodies were found out here. There's the UFO thing that happened with some kids that were camping.
It's like a lot of people said, the paranormal and that, the spiritual side, I can handle, I can deal with. Demonic, whatever. I'm happy with that. It's when it's
animal, creature.
When it's
When you don't know what it is and it's a live thing.
When it's, you know, UFOs, aliens, dogman, werewolves,
What do we do?
Black Panthers. Beard.
Oh, somebody's looking at your beard. Somebody admiring Andy's beard? Is somebody here? Now Andy always gets this here effect when there's spirit people close by him.
Someone's just walked through me.
Is somebody here, please? What's your name? You can use our lantern skull over there, Great Uncle Cedric. We brought him especially for you to. If you can come through that and use it as like something to house yourself in and speak through, perhaps we can hear you talk.
Oh my god.
So whoever this is right now is strong with Andy because he always gets this tearful effect when the spirits.
That was strong. That was.
Maybe somebody walk through. You know what? Just walk straight through you. You know, like when you get that.
That's somebody who's gone.
Somebody's passed away.
He's upset. Yeah, God.
Or somebody's hurt.
No,
like
it was a tearful. It was like a loss.
Okay.
Oh God, that was strong. It's when you know when you're upset.
Yeah.
You know when you get it in your throat.
Yeah.
Oh God, that was.
Little girl around you.
Oh, little girl around you. I wonder if it's one of the little girls. What's your name, please? Come close.
I can feel it now.
Tell us your name. I'm Alison. This is Andy.
There's two little lights there. If you touch them, you can play with them.
Yeah, there's two little balls on the floor you can play with.
Are you making me feel like this?
Who's the little girl, please? What's your name?
I feel so upset.
Maybe it's one of these kids that got murdered.
I feel so upset.
Innocent kids. They were just playing 1 minute and then they were abducted off the street the next.
Ash.
Ash, how's it spelled?
ASH.
Ash. My friend Ash, Mr. Bigfoot. It could be some reference to, just mentioned his name.
It's okay, you don't need to...
Do you know what? No, you know what it is? Ashes. Because we've just passed a couple of markers down there where people have scattered ashes.
Yeah.
So it's ashes. I wonder if it's the ashes of a little girl or... I don't know what they did with these kids they found, whether they gave them proper burials or whether they scattered the ashes or not.
Why did you stay here?
Did they scatter your ashes here? Is that what you're trying to tell us?
Why did you stay here?
What are your names, please?
You tell me your name. I'm Andy, this is Alison. I don't mean to cause you any harm at all. Not mean you any harm at all.
Don't leave.
Don't leave. Did it say don't leave on the spirit box before?
Don't leave. It says something like that, didn't it?
Yeah, don't leave.
Do you not want us to leave? Somebody still frightening you.
Do you want to play with the cat balls on the floor?
No need to be afraid anymore. It can't hurt you anymore.
Or if you go over to the skull there that's lit up by candles, we'll be able to pick you up, see you.
Don't like these. I don't know a lot of paranormal stuff. There's kids that are just...
Kids, I know. It's just it's too close in it to when you think about what's happened and stuff.
It's not...
I'm not being funny, but the screen's gone black. You're not even on it. Let me stop the camera. You've vanished. It's black. Alright, so we're going to take a little walk along this wooded path. See if we pick anything up. Any orbs. or anything else. I'm just playing with his new laser torch, but I think something's gone wrong with that right now. Let's just have a little walk along anyway, little listen out. I can hear voices in the distance, but that could be other people doing paranormal somewhere. Camping or maybe. They're pretty far off, but I can you hear? Is it voices? I thought I could hear some voices in the distance, but it might be some other campers in the woods. It's a big wild camping area this, and we're camping out tonight as well, so I think maybe it's just other campers. Just have a little walk along the path for a bit anyway, and just listen, see if we get any strange sounds or what's happening with that torch. Nothing. See, this is what we've got to look out for, tree breaks like that there, look. I mean, that's quite high up, that.
It is for...
Now, they're saying that these black cats, these panthers, can climb up trees. There's been sightings of black panthers as well around here, which all over the UK now, really, these sightings of the black panther. Because they do believe, well, actually, people that study feral wildcats now have come forward and said that panthers can survive any country, any climate, they can adapt, and that's why they're so prevalent everywhere, really, here, US, Europe. There's a country road running through the woods back there, so there's likely to be some traffic. So we're really looking out for any eye shine as well. If anything's looking back at us. It's. I mean, I could show you on film what it looks like here, but we cannot show you the atmosphere, and you really feel like you're being watched. I don't know about you, Andy. I feel like there's eyes on us, but I mean, it might just be deers and we're picking that up. You know, they probably are watching us from afar, but I just feel like... Do you feel uncomfortable? See, I keep hearing like a yelp and you know what I mean? Do you hear that? No, we don't know if there's other people YouTubing in the woods and they're calling out, you know, doing some dogman stuff to try and, you know, maybe. So we'll go back to base. That's our base over there that's lit up. Well, there's people camping, and there's also like a lot of YouTubers coming into Cannock Chase now to do the dogman stuff. Mostly, really, it's the dogman thing now in here. I know they've had these black-eyed children, which now I think really is them kids that were murdered and buried here. And the guy who committed them murders only passed away in prison in 2017, I think, so it's not that far back.
I do apologise for the viewers. I was going to use the infrared torch, but
You've not put batteries in?
It seems as though
Are we supposed to charge it?
I've probably put it on and left it turned on.
Alright, well, we'll try it again.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of new things we need to try out. We've replaced the drone, so we're going to have to try that out tomorrow during the day as well. We've made this our base because it's like a little den in it in the woods.
Yeah.
So we're kind of off the path, so we're a little bit out of harm's way. But when it comes to dogman, see, this is the thing. This is my thing. When it comes to dogman, how do you protect yourself? How do you protect yourself against a creature that you don't know anything about? Some people are describing it as like a hound that can walk on two legs. Just a regular hound that can get up and walk on two legs. And some people are describing it as it's like more or less kind of more like a Bigfoot type thing, innit? And the sounds that we picked up at Tock Holes, they was pretty freaky, weren't they? So I
don't know.
how do you protect yourself against dogman? I wouldn't know what to do, seriously. We've scattered some meat about as well on the path, just to see if we can bring anything. You know, we're on a half moon tonight, it's not a full one. That's the half moon there. We scattered some meat and some bits of sausages and things along this path as we walked up, just to see if we can get anything to come forward. Just keeping an eye on that EMF on the floor there, because it's just been flashing away like crazy. So if there are any spirit people here, would you like to come closer?
And flash that again.
And you can talk to Andy through Spirit Talker.
I'm an angel.
I'm an angel.
I'm an angel. What angel or whose angel? What's your name?
What kind of angel?
Whose angel are you? Are you a guardian angel?
Whose angel? I've never heard that.
Not more
before.
forthcoming, other than that.
Who are you?
Can you show yourself on camera if you're an angel? Could you show an orb or present yourself in some way? Or if you can give us your name.
See.
I know I heard that, but it's like a distant bark, isn't it? That's like a squealing. See, I don't know if these are normal nighttime noises. That'd be a bird. Don't know what that is to you. It's some sort of like a shrill whistle. Look, it's going again, the EMF meter. Let's keep an eye on that. Every time we're talking, it starts up. So someone, who's coming close to this EMF meter, please? What's your name? Are you trying to reach out to us?
Can you give us your name?
Is the angel still here? Are you protecting us? Come through and talk to Andy if you're here, through Spirit Talker.
What's your name? And who are you? You said you're an angel. You said you were an angel. So who are you?
Dirty.
Dirty.
What's dirty?
What's dirty? What happened was dirty? You don't have to be afraid anymore.
That's me breaking twigs. See, we've got to get used to the animal sounds at night. That's flashing. I caught it at the corner of my eye then. We've got to get used to the animal sounds at night times.
Yeah, of course.
Because do you remember when we were...
I don't know what that was.
Well, I don't know what that was. It's like a bit of a shrieking thing, wasn't it? I don't know if owls don't really... I'm not sure if owls can make that noise. But there's not just Dogman, there's all kinds of other cryptoid creatures being seen around now in Cannock Chase and other parts, other forests in England.
Yeah. Who are you? And why are you still here? Can't.
Can't? Can't what?
Can't leave. That's good again.
Was it flashing again?
Yeah, it's still flashing. You can't leave.
It does
Why
every now and
can't you
again, doesn't
leave?
it? It's on and off. Intermittent. Is that you that's flashing the EMF on the floor?
Why can't you leave? You can if you want, if you really need to, if you need help.
Lily.
Lily.
Oh, Lily, that's a different name. Is that you? Are you Lily? But why are you in Cannock Chase?
Why are you here, Lily?
What's up? You feel sick? I think these spirits are affecting you, Andy. Okay, so Andy's been affected by whatever spirits we've got around here tonight. So we've just backed those spirits off a bit. I'm just going to take a little break and I'm going to ask Andy a few questions about werewolves and lycanthropy, because he's very well read on the occult and this kind of thing, and see if he's, with his knowledge, can shed some light on what we think this dogman is. Are you alright to talk, Andy, now?
Yeah.
You feel a little bit, you had a few deep breaths and things. Just switch your torch off and then we can talk to you.
I think...
Alright, so what happened to you just then?
You see, my problem is I leave myself open a lot because I want to get the feeling of stuff, and I want the sensation of it stuff for the proof, for my proof, not for specifically for anybody else's, but for my to know that there's something there. And sometimes I probably leave myself open, which I've nobody else to blame but myself. But I don't know what it was, I suddenly felt as though I wanted to throw up, basically.
How have you felt since we've come into this woods tonight?
A bit edgy, but then again, you're in the middle of the woods and it's dark and there's a lot of stories about the place, so obviously you're going to feel edgy, and that's just normal.
And what do you think about werewolf sightings? What's your thoughts on that, having studied lycanthropy and stuff?
I find it hard to believe that a person can change into a wolf. I can believe there are medical conditions where mental health conditions where you can become animal-like, whether you can turn into wolf. I still need a lot of proof, but for me, as they always say, there's got to be an edge of truth in the stories and the legends, same as vampires. There's got to be some sort of thing to get these things started.
And there's that guy that did the werewolf spell. This guy did a werewolf spell in these woods.
Yeah, he did.
I think what he did, as far as I know, his story might be a little bit off, but this is what the version we got of it anyway. You get a jar of water, and you leave it under a full moon overnight, so it's charged up, and then you drink it, and then after a full lunar month, you are then potentially supposed to become a werewolf. But you're also supposed to throw a silver dagger into a tree trunk and somersault 6 times.
Oh, forget it.
And then drink the moon water. And then under the next full moon, you were meant to turn all hairy and claws and all that stuff, and and just turn into. And apparently that happened right here in this forest. So whether that's true or whether it's just had bits added on over the years, or I have no idea. Anything. But that's legit. That's the story.
No, but as for the sightings of wild animals,
the cats, panthers,
the big cats and stuff.
They're real animals. They're just natural.
That is a fear. If we were walking back now and a bloody big panther or a big massive cat comes out, what do you do?
To be honest with you, I think it would act like a normal cat. I think it would just stop in its footsteps and just look at you. Do you know what I mean? And be as startled as you.
I think, to be honest with you,
I don't think it would attack.
I would do what people tell you to do. Crouch down and submit.
But there's not been any stories of like anyone being attacked in these forests. People have had sightings. People have heard sounds. But no one's actually come out of here being harmed or attacked. No. So I'm thinking these cat creatures, the feral ones, that they're not going to go for a person.
Maybe they've just adapted to us.
If anything, I think they tend to keep out of people's way.
Yeah. I mean, but it is edgy. There is
an edge to this place.
I mean, we watched a programme with two people a few weeks ago, and they camped in here 3 or 4 years ago, two of them, and they heard a sound and they legged it to the car, and you think,
I would do the same.
but when you in here and you hear it and you're camping on your own in here and you hear them noises, you would do the same. It's hard to. You cannot get, and it's like I always say, you cannot get across
the atmosphere of the place.
The atmosphere of a place to people on camera. You cannot get that. You just can't, and unless you come out and do it yourself and try it yourself, and that's why I always say people go, that's not that scary in the woods on your own at night, and I think, well, go out and do it. You go out and do it, and tell me if you feel the same after. Yeah.
Alright, so we're going to head back through Cannock Chase and back towards where we're parked up. I'm going to film around a little bit longer, see if we see or hear anything unusual, or if even we get any spirit orbs coming along this path. I keep thinking there's something behind.
I know.
Do you know what I mean? You just feel like something's following you, don't you, creeping up.
It's true. Yeah.
So we left some pieces of steak and some pieces of sausages and that along this path before, so if there is feral cats or dogman, and the deers are going to eat it anyway.
Oh yeah.
But we just wanted to try and entice, whatever to come forward. But it's very vast, Cannock Chase. How many square miles is it about, you think?
It is big. I mean, it's not as big as...
So you'd have to do it in different sections, wouldn't you, each time?
Yeah, because it's quite vast on both sides.
Yeah, it is. But we'll just keep filming until we get back, and then, because there have been times in the past we switched camera off and then got something. I think it's you hear every noise, don't you?
I think you do.
Because when you're in the dark like this, your instincts kick in, don't they? Your eyes and your ears are sharper. I think we've said this before when we were up at Tockholes. We got the dogman experience thing on the camera. And I think after that then, when we sat down in the dark, our eyes and ears were super sharp, weren't they? Because you're looking out for danger. I won't want to camp down this bit, to be honest. It's got a really creepy feel, this particular stretch on it. And it's got a lot of broken tree things going on as well, which... There's a teddy bear there, look at that. How creepy that looks, there, sat on its own. It looks miserable too.
So nice,
It's a teddy. But look at all these broken trees here. A creepy teddy sat in the middle of nowhere. I hope that flipping teddy don't talk now or get up and follow us. I swear to God, I'm getting out of here. It's straight out of a Stephen King picture, isn't it? Straight out of a Stephen King film. The creepy teddy just sat in the middle of the woods. It's not even ours. I'd say we planted it there, but we haven't, have we? There's things like that freak you out at middle at night. It's just randomly coming across things like that. Somebody's probably been in here doing some stupid occult ritual with that thing. It didn't look a very happy teddy, but I won't be happy if I've been dumped in here. What was that nursery rhyme? About the teddy bear's picnic? If you go down in the woods today? Yeah, flipping Psycho Ted. Psycho Ted running after you wielding a blade. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Let's get out of this woods. I swear to God, man, I'm freaking out. I've had enough now. I want to go back and have a fire pit and get cosy and warm and just think about what we've been doing. And that's when I'll panic. I don't panic when we're doing it. I don't panic afterwards. It's like, for me, it's always a couple of days later. It's like Monday and Tuesday. I sort of go into this like fear, do you know what I mean? And everyone's like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, I'm frightened about where we were on Saturday night. They're like, well, why weren't you frightened then? And I'm like, I've no idea, but I'm frightened now. Did you hear something? Just checking. Yeah, so we did give all of this a little break because we were starting to freak out. Well, I was starting to freak out about one or two things. I think when we did the Golden Fleece in York, we filmed what we filmed, but stuff happened when we weren't filming. Like we got in there at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and we literally just made a brew and sat down, and we both heard this voice go, "Hi," like that, down our ears, didn't we? We had no equipment on, nothing, because we hadn't charged it up, we hadn't got set up for that or anything. So that room is, well, all those 4 rooms at the Golden Fleece are very scary. So we were picking up stuff before we even got started on that shoot. And literally, you can't sleep in a room like that. It's hard to sleep in a room like that.
But the weirdest thing was the fact is, we've been in that room. We'd come back about 10 o'clock, hadn't we? We didn't start the paranormal till about 12 because the pub was open, so there was no point.
Yeah.
We didn't start that till we started doing the paranormal. We'd had the REM pod on,
Yeah.
literally since about 10 o'clock. And all the time we were there from 10 o'clock. We did the paranormal in the room till about 2:30.
Yeah.
The REM pod never made a noise. We'd been in and out, we'd been to the toilet, we'd walked past it and everything like that. Never made a sound. I turned those lights off. We went to bed, turned the lights off, lay in bed. Within, 10-15 minutes of us getting in bed, the REM pod started.
Yeah, it did. It did.
So I got up
And it didn't stop. We had to switch it off in the end, didn't we? And that's the thing. It's like if you brought a REM pod here, you don't know if you're picking up spirits or animals, do you? So we didn't bring the REM pod, did we, on this one? Because you don't know if there's foxes and that around, rabbits, you might pick them up.
It's like with the music box. You don't know whether something's crossing it.
Yeah.
A bird or something like that.
I like seeing what's lying around here and stuff. Well, yeah, it's a very creepy forest, isn't it? But there's all different entrances and exits. We came in at number 13. We thought that was very appropriate. But they're numbered all the way up to 50 or something, aren't they? The entrances and the footpaths. So you could literally do a different one every time. But I think it would only take one bad experience in this woods to make you not want to come back. We're heading on out, and we're going to light our fire pit, and we're going to sit and talk to you for a little while longer before we call it a night. So this is Cannock Chase, guys, and it's a great place to come during the day and at night time even. And there's a lot of wild campers come down here in summer. A lot of people are down here now doing YouTube and stuff.
There is a possibility of drone footage, but don't.
Oh yeah. So we're going to do a little bit of history tomorrow of the area for those people that are interested in that side of it. And we'll see you at the fire pit very soon. Okay, so we're back at camp. We're still in Cannock Chase, but we're just camping a little bit outside the woods. So Andy, what do you think of Cannock Chase?
We've been during the day, and we've camped at campsites near there. But for actually camping in there, I can honestly say I don't think I could do it.
No, it's a bit spooky.
It's
creepy.
It's creepy, and whatever it was, I don't know what. Obviously, you can't cut out green people, but saying that, if it's people trying to make you jump or something, they'd be going, whoa, you know, and coming closer, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Trying to freak you out. But they weren't.
I don't know what to make of
They
it
were
really.
more like dog barks. And
Well,
it's weird.
I heard a yelp and then a dog bark.
Yeah, all the time. Yet, there were no lights, no fires, no nothing. And you're like... And it's like, oh, you're hearing stuff like that. spirits, paranormal. Yeah, you know what? You can handle it. You know you pretty well know what's going to happen or whatever. Like you just don't know what to do you?
No, not when it's creature,
And
cryptoid.
And once again, on a camping trip, I smell a odour charcoal, burnt wood. It's look at me, I'm in the smoke again.
Yeah, but you look like the devil. You need a pair of horns. You need your devil's mask on right
I
now.
think I've got this hat on.
If you had your devil's mask on right now and stood right there,
That's
just
why
think how effective that would look.
That's why we've not been on for a few weeks, because I've grown horns.
Yeah, he's hiding them under there.
I've grown horns and pointed ears. No, but like I said, you can't. Some of these places you go to, and it's really eerie, and people look at it and think, don't look that bad.
This place has had a lot of UFO sightings as well.
They've had so many different things going on here. It
Makes you wonder if there's like ley lines crossing over this area or something.
yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting to know that, because it's so much going on. I mean, it's down as one of the most haunted forests or whatever you call it in Britain,
Yeah, it
or
is.
even Europe, worldwide. You know,
There's this one, an Epping Forest.
there's Epping Forest, and then you've that one in Romania. Is it Hayabak?
Yeah, Highback Forest.
Hayabak, and then you've got the one in Japan.
Oh, Suicide Forest.
Yeah, I mean I've seen a few people do that, film that, and it's just the weirdest place. That one in Japan is just the weirdest place you've ever. It's just weird. It is just weird,
But I think all forests have got that element of like spooky and magic about them, because this is where like a lot of fairy tales come from, don't they? A lot of them are set in enchanted forests.
yeah. But I mean, you do get the feeling in there that something or somebody or whatever's watching you. You do get that feeling.
I felt that, yeah.
You do get that feeling, and you do get, for watching films of people in there and they've done a runner, and then you think, well, actually, I can understand if they've heard a big growl. I think
You would do a runner, I would.
I think I'd have been straight back to the car. I would have been straight back to the car, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Straight gone and shot down the road, and yeah. I mean, it is creepy. It definitely. And some of the trees, they're weird, aren't they?
Well, they're snapped here and there, aren't
They're
they?
like not so much snap, but bent. But big strong bits that. Yeah, I know, I understand people say, oh, well, you get it when it's heavy snowfall and stuff like that. Yeah, I get that. But this isn't... These are, like, really hard. You'd struggle to pull them down. Big strong block would struggle to pull them down, and it's just weird how they grow. It's just a weird place. It's creepy, I must admit.
Yeah, very creepy.
Very creepy.
Yeah, so Cannock Chase Woods. Creepy vibes. Creepy vibes. The minute you... Well, at night time anyway. It's different during the day. But the minute you go in, it's like... Your senses are on alert. You're looking and you're listening, and you feel like the hairs on the back of your neck prickle up, and you think... There's something following, or there's something there in the trees looking, or it's. I can understand what an animal feels like if it's like prey. That's the kind of feel I get in certain parts of Cannock Chase. Not all of it, because like when we break off to do the paranormal, then I'm more focused on the paranormal, so I'm not really thinking about it. But when we stop, to sort of get the next piece of equipment out or whatever, then I'm like, I feel like. You want to look round everywhere at once to be sure that there's nothing like lurking there. And I don't mean people, I mean like, there's been these cat sightings, and there's been 12 reported dog sightings, dogman sightings that have gone to the police. And the police have took it seriously. The police don't laugh it off. The police have just turned around and said, YouTubers can have a field day in Cannock Chase because we've already had like 12 reported sightings from campers. And then there's a UFO thing that happened a few years back, which some campers were out there and they witnessed some lights coming down in the trees. And it's like, it's just a hotbed of all different kinds of activity, and there must be something about this place that draws all of those elements together, all of us spiritual and cryptoid and whatever else you want to call it, into that one area. So there's certain parts of UK and Scotland and Wales that are like that. They just have this energy about them, like Stonehenge, for example, where it just draws certain things, you know, like paranormal things, and you're more likely to get more sightings. But I wouldn't be able to camp in there, definitely not on my own, I wouldn't. We were going to do solo vigils, weren't we? But we didn't get to do the solo vigils because we were hearing some pretty strange noises. Like, I heard like a yelp, you know, like a dog, followed by a bark, and I'm thinking, alright, it's probably a normal dog. But then it's like 1 o'clock in the morning and you're in the thick of the woods and there's no tents anywhere, and you're like...
Thing is, so...
What is it?
If I'd have said to you, right... Thing is, if we did a solo videos, it'd have been like, oh, I'll tell you what, one of us go back to the car, sit in car, and so one goes and do it. I think I'd have been...
I think you'd even be scared in the car, because then it's
scared.
like, what if there's a hand bang on the window or something and you're in there on your own?
I'll be honest with you, I think
too many movies.
I think that sat in the car on your own there,
yeah, because you're
and
trapped
something banging on the car would be more scary than being confronted by something
like,
in the woods. Because in the woods you can just leg it. In the car you're like, I've only one way out.
Is it Jeepers Creepers 2, where the kids are in the school bus and they're in the middle of the woods and it breaks down, and then the Bigfoots or whatever it is, they get bang bang the hands on the side of the minibus, and it's you think it's well creepy. What if something like that happened in real life? You know, I mean, I know we drive through the safari park and the monkeys jump all over, but it's like that in the middle of a night in the woods on your own with, you know, you don't know what's around. It's just creepy, and it is pretty scary. It's like you see it on YouTube and you think, oh yeah, it'll probably be alright. But when you go in, it has a feel, doesn't it? You feel like you're not on your own in there. That's what I felt like.
Yeah.
It's a scary place.
But yeah, that just reminds me of that story about the guy and his wife are driving along some road in America, quiet road. Car breaks down.
Yeah.
So he says, I'll go to the phone box, ring for help. Anyway, he's gone for a while. Next thing, all these police cars zoom past, pulls up behind him, and pulls up in front of the car. He get out of the car, and he says to the woman, just get out of the car, get out of the car. And she's like, why, what's up, what's it? Just please, just get out of the car, walk slowly towards us, and whatever you do, do not look back.
Yeah.
And she's, why? He went, just walk slowly towards us and do not look back to the car. And as she's walking up to the police car, she glances round and there's some madman on the roof of the car,
Is it
swinging
true,
a bloke's head, swinging her husband's head.
Is it a film or is it true?
Now, people who told me that story said it was a real story. Now, whether it is or not, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been told that many a time when we've been on a lonely country road.
Oh yeah, and there was some other story, which I've forgotten it right now, similar, along those lines. Stuff that happened in this place, and you just think, what would you do if it happened to you? You know, if it was you, it happened to you. You think, you just want people to believe you, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You know, if you saw a UFO or something like that, you just want to be able to go and tell people and have people believe you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll have to just keep onwards and upwards and continue our cryptoid and other stuff. Just go where the adventure takes us. And just carry on. And like everybody else who's doing this stuff on YouTube, just we're all together on the same quest.
Oh, we'll keep
And,
going.
just keep going until we find something that can be proved. Like I said to Ashley the other day, the guy's really big on Bigfoot and stuff like that. I said, look, anything is possible until it's proved otherwise. Anything is possible until it's proved it can't be possible. Do you know what I mean? So we just got to keep on searching.
So if you're enjoying what we're doing,
Please like and subscribe.
continue
Thank you for
supporting
everyone
us.
already who's watching us a regular and
Thanks for
commenting.
supporting us.
And we'll keep in touch with you. And we're back doing our things. So we'll see you very soon. Thank you. Good night, everyone. Alright, Andy. I'm not being funny or anything, but it's going on 3 o'clock in the morning, and there's some guy scraping a shovel, wielding a shovel back there. You hear it?
Why is somebody scraping a shovel and digging
Listen,
at this time of night?
it's a shovel. Who the hell's shoveling in Cannock Chase at 3 o'clock in the morning? You've never heard any stories about a mad shovel man, have you? The mad shovel man of Cannock Chase.
Maybe it's somebody whose wife just made him a bad meal and he bumps her off.
You mean she wouldn't eat the mushrooms?
She won't take the mushrooms.
There's definitely a guy shoveling. Or it might be a woman shoveling. Maybe she's bumped off her husband because
Yeah, because blokes do the barbecue.
he did eat the mushrooms.
Blokes always do the food at a campsite, don't
I
they?
just find it very odd that it's like getting on for 3 a.m. We're just sitting outside of Cannock Chase Woods and some guy is shoveling.
Shoveling's like
You hear it?
stones.
You can't help but think about people shoveling bodies, can you? Things like that. You know, weird stuff.
Is he shoveling?
Why would you be shoveling at 3 o'clock in the morning? It's not like we've got snow or anything, it's May.
Or is he scraping the shovel? Is it a mad axeman with a bit of
It's kind of like the Mad Axe Man, but he's a mad shovel man.
Maybe it's not a shovel, maybe it's an axe. And he's scraping it along the
You think
floor.
he's just scraping his axe up ready? Don't be telling me this now. We've got to get in that tent and sleep there tonight.
He's scraping his axe along the floor.
What, you mean like Jack Nicholson in The Shining?
We're going to get up in the morning and there's not going to be one person alive on this campsite.
It is, it's The Shining.
It's going to be, we're all going to be massacred.
Seriously, he's been wielding that shovel now for about 20 minutes, hasn't he? So we thought we'd stick the camera back on and then you guys can have a listen.
I'm the one who sleeps near the plastic door.
Why would you be shoveling at 3 o'clock in the morning? I just find it very odd.
It is a bit weird.
Shoveling at 3 o'clock in the
It
morning.
is a bit weird to say the least. I know we're laughing about it. But
If I started shoveling at 3 o'clock in the morning, you'd knock me clean out.
I know we're laughing about it, but it just...
He's gone quiet now. But, I mean, we need to discuss this further, guys. You know, we need your take on this because if you were camping, right, just outside of a spooky forest, and at 3 o'clock in the morning, some guy picked up his shovel and started scraping it and wielding it about, what would you think and what would you feel? I mean, we're talking like bodies buried in the woods, and it's a bit strange to me. I'm not being funny. It's Shovel Man. You're going to bed. You could leave me out here with Shovel Man.
No, I sleep near the plastic door, don't I? It's gonna get
Just
sleepless.
listen again, because I think he's going to... I can feel him... The shovel's warming up again. I just find it very odd.
I hope it's a shovel and not an axe.
Listen.
It's a leg he's dragging.
Why would you shovel at 3 a.m?
Is it a shovel or is it somebody's body he's dragging?
Maybe it's a ghostly shoveler. Maybe it's the ghost of a miner or something. The Shovel Man of Cannock Chase.
It's weird.
I think this needs to be continued. I think the other YouTubers need to get down here and find this out for themselves. Who's shoveling at 3 a.m. in Cannock Chase? Even the fire's fighting back. It speaks of sinister motives, doesn't it? What do you think?
Just weird. Yeah, but why would you be digging at 3 in the morning?
But it's proper like shoveling, isn't it?
Digging a
There's nothing out there, it's just forest.
Like he's digging a grave.
Maybe he's digging a grave. Who's? If he's digging 2 graves, I'm going to get... We're packing up and leaving. If he's digging 2 graves, we're going, that's it.
We'll just have to keep an eye out in the morning to see who's missing.
Maybe he's going after YouTubers.
I'll put your camera. If you find this camera now,
It's going to be like a Blair Witch, innit? The camera's going to go on the floor. And the last piece of footage will be Mad Shovelman of Cannock Chase. If you never see us again, guys, after this, you know what's happened, yeah? We have encountered the Mad Shovelman of Cannock Chase. Okay, so we are coming up to Chartley Castle. This is Chartley Castle coming into view now on the left here. This is where Mary Queen of Scots was held prior to her execution. We can't go in there and go around it because it's now privately owned. Somebody's bought it. But when she was moved from Tutbury Castle and brought here, after the Babington plot was uncovered, that's the castle that she was kept at, and she was taken to her execution and her death. So as we drive on through Cannock, I'll tell you a little bit more about that particular history connected to this Chartley Castle. Okay, so unfortunately we can't get in there because it's privately owned now, so the story behind that castle in Cannock Chase is the Babington plot. Anybody who watches Tudor movies or reads Tudor books will be familiar with the Babington plot. Babington and Poole, 2 guys who wrote a letter in the hand of Mary Queen of Scots. Mary Queen of Scots and Elizabeth corresponded with one another, although they were both fighting for the same throne. So Mary Queen of Scots had been imprisoned for 25 years and Elizabeth did not want to execute her at all. She wrote a letter to Elizabeth and she gave the message of the letter to, take by hand and deliver into her hand. So Babington and Poole were the guys responsible for the messenger deliveries. They intercepted this letter and they added on an extra part it was all written in cipher, and they added on an extra part which said, "We must go ahead and assassinate Queen Elizabeth." So for this reason, the Queen Elizabeth spies, Walsingham, tracked down the Babington crew, and they eventually got taken to London, Charing Cross and Tyburn to be hung, drawn and quartered, which is that really gruesome death that we used to give to people back in those days in England. So when those guys were killed, Elizabeth then tearfully, and she tearfully did this because the teardrops are still on the ink of the original document, she tearfully then signed her name to say that her cousin Mary Queen of Scots must be executed. So that castle we just drove by right now, which we can't go in because it's privately owned now, unfortunately, that's the final castle where Mary Queen of Scots was kept prior to her execution. So there is a lot of history in these parts connected to that era of Tudor history. And wherever we go now in the UK, and also we're doing a road trip up to Scotland soon, we'll cover little bits of interesting history if we can get to those locations and show you some of the stuff. So we just want to say thank you for following us on this Cannock Chase journey, and Andy is here, so thanks from both of us, and like and subscribe and keep watching us if you enjoy this. We're trying to do little bits of everything now to cover everybody's tastes and interests.
oh yeah.
And take care, and we'll see you all very soon.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.